Hello, our viewers. I welcome you to our platform once again. Praise God. It's me, Joshua, and James.
Yes.
Our topic today is about love your neighbor. James, I want you to briefly explain to us what really this love is about and what love is.
Yes.
How can you really love your neighbor the best way?
Okay. In Matthew chapter 22, verse 39, it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. These were words spoken by Jesus. Of course, before that, a line before that, he says, love God with all your heart, your mind, and soul. Then the second, which is equally greater, is loving your neighbor. The Bible also says that God is love, and anyone who does not know love does not know God. This is very important because most people are actually selfish. This world, the biggest problem now I see, every challenge we see is because of lack of love for a neighbor. Everyone is looking at himself. We have this plague now, the new virus. It is the me factor. Everything is about me, 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 me. So most people put their needs and their wants and interests or any other interest of anybody else, to an extent that someone would not care even if someone died in the process of this person achieving their desire. So we see a lot of carelessness where someone comes to hospital and a doctor would neglect a patient just because they were not a salary. And that patient dies. There are women, we've had cases, they go to hospital pregnant, the woman dies and the child dies because you are not paid salary. But honestly, which is greater there? Is it the life or the salary? We see people taking money. Someone take money and people to die. Corruption. Someone takes the money and several people die as your mansion. Really, do you expect to be peaceful with that kind of thing? And God's eye is watching you. Or you're probably a level of a parent. But I remember that time when I was a student and you'd go at 16 to buy alcohol at a shop. And the man would give you very well without a problem. But when I look back, I see this person was not a responsible parent because at that time I was a student. Yet he had kids of my age. But he had this factor, these are not my kids. But now you can see the problems we are facing all over. That kid you didn't help that time. Now the virus spreads and now this time it is your kid who's in it. So we really need to consider other people before we put our interest first in everything.
Thank you, James. I also believe love starts with yourself.
Yes.
You can't give what you don't have.
Yes.
There's no way you're going to love your neighbor when you don't love yourself.
Yes.
There's no way you're going to love your wife when you haven't loved yourself enough.
Yes.
And in Revelation, God tells us that there's a group of people that will make it to heaven and he will remind them of their deeds on earth.
Yes.
He's going to thank them for the food they gave him. He's going to thank them for clothing him. He's going to thank them and remind them when you were helping James.
Yes.
That day you were helping me.
Yes.
So to me, it reminds me and it also triggers it in my mind that the person you're helping today, you're helping God.
Yes.
The person you're loving today, you're loving God. And at times we think praying and fasting, and yet we're doing the opposite when we leave church. When we're in church, we are praying. When we're in our homes, we are praying. The minute you walk out, someone asks for help, you ignore that person. So I believe there is an easier route to heaven if we love our neighbors genuinely.
Yes.
If we love our country genuinely. The trees we are cutting down tomorrow, we are doing an injustice to the youth of tomorrow.
Yes.
We are doing an injustice to the leaders of tomorrow.
Yes.
If we don't show them, if we don't shape them according to our culture and tradition, we are failing our nation. And God has put us here to preserve and maintain whatever he has given us.
Yes. In fact, I've liked that point. People live for the selfish factor. It even becomes generational. What you do now can affect the next generation. If you're cutting trees, you're not caring about the swamps. You're affecting the next generation. It even takes responsibility, and leadership is personal account. Then let's even come to defining a neighbor, because that might be an issue. People say neighbor, neighbor. A neighbor is that person next to you, wherever you are, even right now. It could be in the taxi, or on the road when you're walking, wherever you are. Ask yourself, why has God positioned me at this particular time to be next to this person? You could be the source of hope to this person. Many people have been saved from committing suicide or doing heinous things just because of a neighbor who was there and maybe spoke a word or gave a smile. So you can be that great hope to someone else. It's very important. Yes.
Love your neighbor.
Yes.
Love starts with you. And love is seen through action.
Yes.
Challenge yourself. Do something that is different for your wife today.
Yes.
Do something different for your children. Create your better your today so that tomorrow can be better.
Yes. There's a great saying which says, you will not be remembered for what you said. You will not be remembered for what you did, but you'll be remembered for how you made people feel. Love is what will give you a legacy. God bless you.
God bless you.